Good morning, Cat Mouse Adventure family. How are we doing this morning?
Good morning, everyone.
Well, it's long overdue.
Yes.
But this is our review of the Carnival Mardi Gras. I'm sorry it took so long, but life happens.
Yes, so if you haven't seen our Mardi Gras videos, vlogs, ship tour, room tours, they're going to be in our playlist. The cruise playlist is down below, or I'll try and link it up right there, one of the videos. And we just wanted to give you guys our thoughts, again, our own opinions, our thoughts about the Carnival Mardi Gras.
Yeah. Now, the one thing that we will say about the Carnival Mardi Gras, she's huge.
Yeah.
She's very big. That is the absolute biggest ship that Cat Mouse Adventures has been on to date.
Yeah.
It's even bigger than the Escape that we went on, the NCL Escape.
Let's not talk about NCL right now.
Yeah,
so
let's not talk about NCL.
We're going to stay in the subject of Carnival.
Yes, it's Carnival.
So we're going to go by, let's put it into groups.
Yeah.
We kind of made our notes. We have our little paper here.
Our little cheat sheets.
So one of the questions that we do get a lot about cruise ships when we do these things is food, layout, things to do. So we're going to kind of stay in those topics for the Mardi Gras.
Yeah.
So Mardi Gras has tons of options of food on the ship.
There's so many.
Not just including the Lido deck, which is the marketplace, which is the buffet. Of course, any cruise ship has buffets. But Mardi Gras, this Mardi Gras had more specialty shops, more specialty restaurants, than most of the other Carnival ships. And we're going to talk about the ones that we went to, that we had the experience on. We went on a 7-day, and we still did not get to eat at all of the restaurants on this ship.
That just proves how big this ship was.
Yeah. I mean, you wanted to try a taste of everything and then some, and you're just eating, so make sure you bring your sweatpants.
You will gain weight. Yes, it's true. You shall and will gain weight.
You're on vacation.
Why not?
You do as you please, right? So we're going to mention some restaurants and then just talk about our thoughts on them. And then if you have any questions, just put them in the comments below. So
okay, we're going to start with the Lido deck.
Marketplace.
With the marketplace. Okay. The ambiance was very different than what you would see on any other Carnival ship.
Yeah.
The layout was done very nicely, elegantly. When you walked in, you were like, wow. Yeah. It was done differently. The way the setup was done differently. The way they cooked was different. You just saw everything it blew you away.
Yeah.
And that was what they wanted, and they did it.
Yeah. It's not there to wow you in the sense of sit-down dining. But it's a buffet, so you have your typical staples. For breakfast, you have eggs and bacon and oatmeal and orange juice and fruit. So you have all those staples. For lunch, you have the hamburgers. And then depending on what the day was, they would change it. And same thing with dinner. So the food wasn't like, wow, but the way they laid it out was wow.
Yes, and I have to agree with that.
Yeah, fresh, clean, updated. So it did look very different than the other ships we've been on.
Yes, it did.
Yeah.
Now we're going to go to the pizza spot.
Yes, Carnival Pizza.
Oh my God.
Yeah,
that's... I'm still having flashbacks of the crust and me snapping on it. That's how good it was.
Yeah.
Every time you went there, you just said, give me 2 pies, give me 3 pies, 4 pies. They were all thin crust, and they were all great.
Yeah, the Carnival has a good thing about pizza because their pizza kind of runs from, I think, so 9, 10 o'clock in the morning to almost like 1, 2 in the morning.
Yeah.
So with that, it was kind of like the good go-to if you missed dinner, if you wanted a late night snack, just something by the pool. Their pizza, and again, originally from New York, we like New York pizza, but it was a good thin pizza as something different. So not your burgers and fries, or if you had to have chicken or barbecue, it was just pizza. And you had like 4 different options, right?
You had 4 different options, but the best part of this pizza, it was made to order. You actually saw them take the dough that was already made, flatten it out, make the pizza, throw it in the oven, and they're making like 9-10 pizzas at a time.
Yeah, and they were just going off the shelf. Like, you would stand in line, but it was worth it. And the pizza was coming out really fresh. So that's one of the things I love about Carnival is their pizza.
Yeah, that pizza is, let's put it this way, we could talk about it for hours. That's how good it is. Okay, deck 16 was where Street Eats was, and it was in the middle by one of the main pools that was there. Okay, and it was something totally different. You had egg rolls,
Bao buns,
wings, and
there was a French fries.
French fries.
Specialty French fries.
Specialty French fries. You can get like chili cheese fries or garlic fries or the food that was there. From the bao bun to the wings to the egg rolls
to the specialty fries.
And to the specialty fries. It was all delicious.
Yeah, so Street Eats was located off the main pool. So basically it was like you would get out the pool and you can go to a food truck. And they were only open during midday.
Yeah.
And you go there and you can grab a bite. They had little tabletops to eat, you know, but it wasn't something that you had an area to sit down. You would just bring it back to the pool and eat.
Yeah.
So.
Now, one thing we will tell you is that the wings were an additional charge.
Yeah, so some items were an additional charge. We only went there for the bao buns, and they were really good.
They were really good.
The bao buns were really good, so that was a good place. On that same deck, you had, towards the back, you had Shaq's Chicken.
Oh, yeah, Shaq's Chicken.
Yeah.
Yeah. I still remember that chicken. That chicken was really, really good.
Yeah, Shaq's Chicken, they had breakfast options, and they also had lunch options.
Yeah.
So, and towards the back of the ship, towards the wave tides pool, they would give you like a white bowl. It was a hard bowl, and you get chicken, and you would get fries, and it was really good.
You can also get potato salad.
Yes.
With it.
Or a sandwich.
Or a sandwich. You can get your potato salad. You can get your pickles, pickled onions. It was really, really good.
Yeah.
Something I would definitely recommend if you go on the Mardi Gras.
So let's see. Guy's Pig and Anchor.
Guy's Pig and Anchor was exactly that. It was really, really good.
Although on this ship, there was 2 options for Guy's Pig and Anchor.
That's correct. They now expanded Guy's Pig and Anchor, and they made a sit-down restaurant.
So if you've seen our previous vlogs with Guy's Pig and Anchor, where we were sitting on the outside of the ship, it still had that sea day, you know, go grab lunch, right? But they also had on the same floor, but towards the towards one of the pools towards the back, a sit-down option. So that one was an upcharge, but it was, I like the concept, and we're gonna go to our likes and dislikes. I like the concept, but I did not like the fact that it was an upcharge.
Yeah, I mean, your first time going was free. After that, I think it was a $6 or $8 upcharge when you went down for dinner, and that was for me. Yeah, that kind of rubbed me the wrong way, but we're gonna go to our likes and dislikes later.
Yeah. So the difference between the 2 pig and anchors, where the one on the outside of the ship, you would go and they would have it all kind of like buffet style, and you would grab it and go. This one was a sit down, so you would sit down at a table, they would give you a sheet of paper, and you would pencil in your options, and then they would bring it to you on a tray. To me, it was just like a tray, kind of like just slopped on. It wasn't like on a plate. It was just slopped on a barbecue tray. Some people are into that. When you go on a cruise, you kind of pay for specialty dining. You want to be served in a different way. So it kind of turned me off a little bit. I didn't like that. But the food was good.
The food was good.
Barbecue was great. You know, the options that you have. For a quick lunch, maybe that was really good, but as far as like, oh, I'm gonna go have that for dinner, to me it was off-putting. But you liked it.
I liked it, and another thing that I liked about it is Guy's Pig and Anchor has its own beer brewery on there.
Yeah.
And at an additional cost, you can also take a tour of the brewery.
Yeah.
How it works, how they make it, and they're making his own IPAs on the boat.
Yeah. It was right across from the Heroes Bar. So the way they did that layout, and we'll get to that in a minute about how Mardi Gras was laid out, it was right across from the Heroes Bar, And then you had like the ice cream being served there, and then it kind of went out towards one of the pools at the rear of the ship. All right, next food topic.
Guy's Burger Joint.
Yes.
Okay, now this heavenly little place, and I always call it heaven because it's cat and mouse adventures. One thing we do whenever we get on the Carnival ship, that's the first place we go.
Yeah.
But this time, it was made even bigger. They made a much bigger space for Guy's Burger Joint on this ship. That it's the same kitchen that they made, just bigger line space, bigger space for you to sit down. They even made a sink to wash your hands. All the signature sauces are there.
Yeah. I did like that. Carnival is known, well, as many Carnival ships as we've been on, their layout is basically the same. So we typically will go up, once you embark on the ship, you would go up to Lido deck because they tell you that's, go have lunch, wait until your rooms are ready and things like that. Whereas on other ships, the burger joint is right there next to the
Blue Iguana Canteen.
Right, so it's all situated in the pool area. But on this ship, since Street Eats is there, and the line for the burgers when you first get on is super long because everybody loves the burgers.
Everybody loves
they
the
made
burger.
their own place, so they brought it upstairs to deck 17. They elongated it so it was more of a queue for the line, and then they have inside and outside seating where you can sit overlooking the balcony, or you could sit inside and shade, and they have towards the back. So you actually can go right upstairs from the pool, go to deck set from 16 to 17 and go get a burger. So it's not too far, unlike the other Carnival ships where it's right there next to the pool. So I think they thought about this one on this ship and kind of made it bigger and had more space for people. So you're not standing in the sun, you're not getting in the way of people's chairs, the line's not going all the way to the pool. That has its own area, but still accessible from the pool area, right?
Yeah, I'm sorry, I drifted off thinking about a Guy's Burger. And I thought about my ringer, and
Yeah, Guy's Burger is really like the first stop when we get on Carnival.
It's a staple. It really is.
Yeah, it's become a tradition, I think.
It is a tradition.
Yeah. Cucina del Capitano.
Cucina del Capitano was an excellent Italian restaurant. For your first time on the Carnival Mardi Gras, it is free.
Yeah.
Your second time, it's an $8 cover charge, which really isn't bad for an $8 cover charge. But I have to say that the food was really, really good.
Yeah. So again, going back to layout with Carnival, they are typically known to have Cucina del Capitano on the rear of the ship, up whatever last level next to Gigi's kitchen. On this ship, they actually made it on one of the main floors.
Yes,
they made it a larger restaurant. They kind of put it in the same floor as Fahrenheit 555, right?
That's
so it was a different experience. You look like you're entering an Italian restaurant, the ironwork, the tables. It was a larger area. So that was good. Cucina del Capitano is always a great option. So, Cucina del Capitano's, one of their things that I just found out recently was that each captain of the ship, their favorite Italian recipe is on that ship. So, Rob, what are your thoughts about Cucina del Capitano and their menu, being that we like to cook Italian?
Well, Cucina del Capitano, it was actually, mind you, I cook a lot of Italian food.
Yeah.
It was actually very good. The chicken parmesan was actually good. The one I liked the best was the Captain's Special.
Yeah.
All right, it was really different. It was a pistachio pesto.
Oh, but on the Mardi Gras it was.
On the Mardi Gras it was a pistachio pesto, and it was really good. I mean, they have their basic staples, which is the spaghetti and meatballs, the eggplant parmesan, the chicken parmesan, but the staple for me was the Captain's signature dish, which was the pesto, the pistachio pesto pasta. That was really, really good.
Yeah, and I do like where they situated Cucina del Capitano on this ship compared to others. It's on the main floor, so it was easy accessible. On another ship that we had went on, it was like all the way in the back on the top floor next to Gigi's kitchen, which is typically where they are. They kind of share the space. This one they made much larger. Of course, Mardi Gras is a larger ship, so they have more space, but I think this one was better situated. If you're going with a group and somebody doesn't like something that's from the menu, they can actually order off of the main dining hall. They can bring a few options over if they choose. So if the majority of people want to go to Cucina del Capitano and one person doesn't like anything on there or can't eat anything on there, they can alter the options. So that I did like. One of our party actually ordered something from that menu. So that was a really good thing. I didn't know that, so I just wanted to kind of give that tip out. So what else are we going to talk about?
The Palm Restaurant.
Oh, our main dining hall.
Our main dining hall. Our main dining hall was actually exquisite.
Yeah, it was 2 floors.
It was 2 floors.
Yeah, so they had it separated where one floor was your time dining and one was anytime dining.
Yes.
Although it is a main dining hall for a cruise ship, the same food you can get there, you can get at the marketplace. So it wasn't food to write home about, but again, it was the way they make you feel, the experience, the sit down. A few dishes need a little salt, but it was decent food.
Yes.
They have the Blue Iguana Cantina.
The Blue Iguana Cantina was on the same side as the Street Eats.
Yes. So that one they kept kind of the same.
Yes, they kept it the same way. It's in its own little corner, and you're able to get your fresh tacos, your fresh burritos. They even had it for breakfast.
Yeah.
And we've had it for breakfast on one of the ships. I highly recommend it.
Yeah. So those were the staples that they had on there. But one of them that we wanted to talk about, this was a new restaurant for us. I haven't seen it on any other ship. It's called Shebang.
Shebang.
Yeah. We have our opinions. Once again, this is totally our opinion, how we feel about Shebang. I love the idea of it. I loved the restaurant look. I loved where it was situated on the ship. I did not like the food. I don't know. It is a Asian and Mexican type of restaurant. It's not fusion. It has an Asian option and a Mexican option, but we did not like the food. The ambiance was great. The location was great. It was a different experience. I love the color setting. It was really nice. The people, the servers, awesome. Just did not like the food.
It was just one of those things.
It had flavor.
It did.
You can choose, say they had like wonton chips with salsa, or for lunch we had the ramen noodles, and then I think for dessert it was like the flan. Mm-hmm. So you can mix match the options, or you can stay all in one. I just did not like it. It
just didn't line up for us, unfortunately. I mean, everybody's different. It's just
everybody's
our
different.
opinion.
If you liked it, great. If you liked it, go for it. It's something to try.
It is.
Obviously. And again, it ran with the same option. It was a specialty restaurant where the first time was free, but then if you go there a second time, then you would get the upcharge.
And I believe the upcharge was $8.
Yeah. To this date of video, that may have changed, but that was what we had and what we experienced on that ship.
Yes.
So I think we're fooded out.
We are definitely fooded out, and we are gonna go to the things to do on the ship.
Oh, yeah. Mardi Gras had tons of stuff to do.
Tons. I tell you, she's right. They had water slides. Mm-hmm. Water slides. I think there was like 3 or 4 of them that were on the...
With the fun park for the kids.
Yes.
A splash bucket. They had tons of things to do. One of their signature items to do on there, Bolt,
the roller coaster.
Yeah, the roller coaster. We unfortunately did not get to try the roller coaster on this ship. We had scheduled twice. And
it broke down.
Well, it didn't break down. It was just they were not running at the time. So trying to squeeze in so many things on a vacation, like I said, the ship is has a lot of things to do and you want to try and experience everything plus going to the ports, the 2 times that we had scheduled, it was not running. It is an additional charge. They do run specials. I know we had a special of buy one, get one.
Yes.
At one point, and then that time we couldn't go, and then they refunded us the money, and then because of the time frame that it wasn't working for us, you had to choose a specific time frame. So if you get on the ship and you want to try it, book it right away.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. So that was a different experience. Hopefully we get to try it again one day.
We'll see. Okay, there was 4 different pools on this ship.
Yeah.
One of them was an infinity pool.
Mm-hmm. You have the Tides pool.
Mm-hmm.
You have the Lido pool. And one of our favorite spots.
What was one of our favorite spots? The ship is so large you can't remember.
Serenity.
That's right, the Serenity.
Serenity had a pool on this ship.
That's right.
Yeah, so it was a much larger space. So they were able to fit in a pool. It was right in front of the bar. So they kind of situated in the center. And it was featured nice. Had like a little waterfall feature. It was a pool area, and then it was surrounded by the 2 hot tubs on either side. So on this ship, Serenity had a pool.
Now, Serenity also brought in lounging beds, and they put them all over Serenity. They had lounging chairs. You could lay back, relax. Mm-hmm. The only thing that we didn't like is they took away the full clamshells.
Yes,
they did. They took away, and they made them half clamshells.
Yeah, half clamshells. They brought in the beds. So there wasn't too much shade on this ship.
That's correct. There
wasn't too much shade in this running unless you were inside the pool area.
Now, the newest thing they did to the Serenity was next to the bar, they put a salad bar.
I don't think it's new. I think
it's new to us.
Yeah, it's new to us on this ship. I have seen it on a recent ship that we went on. I hadn't seen it on others. So this Serenity had the space to do the salad bar. And
I got to say, the salads were fulfilling, and they tasted great.
Yeah, so it was a make your own salad bar, and it was sea days, right?
It was open on sea days only, and you had like your romaine lettuce, your mixed greens, tomatoes, cucumbers, eggs. I mean, all the fixings were there. You could pick whatever you want, your salad dressings, you go back to your chair, and you had a snack on the Serenity deck.
Yeah, it was a good option than having to get up from Serenity and walking to the marketplace or walking to Guy's Burger and having to bring back the food to the chair. So that was an option if you just wanted, and we tend to do this a lot where we'll stay in Serenity all day. Mm-hmm. It's just one of our favorite places on the ship. Again, Serenity is 21 and above?
21 and above.
21 and above. So it's a different option. So you just grab a salad, refreshing. It was cold, especially if you're sitting out in the sun all day.
Oh, yeah.
So, and it's right next to the bar. So that was a good, I like another food option on the ship.
That was definitely, mine was the favorite of the mixed greens.
And here we go, going back to the food.
And it just brings you back to food because mine was the mixed greens and Kat's was the romaine lettuce.
Yeah.
But I tell you, you filled yourself on that salad. Mm-hmm. And it was a perfect day in Serenity.
Yeah. All right, so let's change subjects. We talked about food. Let's throw in some dislikes. So you're here sitting with us and drinking my coffee, and we're talking about things about the cruise ship. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Breakfast of Champions. Mm-hmm. The one thing about the Mardi Gras that I, Kat, personally disliked was the elevators.
Yeah, the elevators were small. They said they could fit.
Of ship, yeah.
They said they could fit 12 people.
No. So we've been on multiple cruises, as you guys know, and one of the things that you're on a large ship with a bunch of people, the elevators. You waited a very long time for elevators. People with wheelchairs, you could only put the wheelchair in there with maybe 1 or 2 people, depending on the size. If you were traveling with a bunch of people, you had to separate. The call for elevators was ridiculous. And that happens on a lot of ships. But this one, I feel for the size, it just did not sit well. We went on a recent one, and we'll review that one. The way they laid out, and it was a smaller ship than the Mardi Gras, the way they laid out the elevators was way better, functioned way better. Just on Mardi Gras, I think the ship elevators were lacking.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did not like that at all.
Yeah, I mean, mind you, the ship, when we went, was sold out.
Yeah.
But the elevators were taking so long that people just decided to walk up the stairs. And if you were going to deck 16...
Yeah. It took a long time for you. Like, we ended up, like, just taking the stairs. And, again, there's nothing wrong with that. But if you're going from deck 5 to deck 16, that can take a lot. Yeah. So that was one that I did not like about it. What was one of your dislikes about the ship?
One of my dislikes, well, my main one was what Kat said, was the elevators. That was my main one.
Okay.
Some of the stuff being situated on the boat, like, and this is small stuff, this isn't major stuff. Like, I was always used to the pizza in the back of the ship by the pool.
Yes.
This was in the middle of everything next to the Carnival deli.
Yes.
And it was encased. And it just didn't feel right to me.
Yeah. So on the same floor as guest services, the photo gallery, Guy's Pig and Anchor, the Heroes Bar, they threw in the pizza place. Now, on other ships, the pizza place is always by the tides pool in the back. So you would go to the pool or go through the marketplace from the main Lido pool and grab your pizza. On this ship, they brought it downstairs. And I get it. They were making space for a larger Guy's burger, and they were making space for the street eats. They were making space for
Shack's Chicken Shack.
Shack's Chicken Shack. They brought the pizza downstairs. There is a pool out in front of Guy's Pig and Anchor, which is the infinity pool. So they gave people that option. I think that was in the wrong place, but other people may have liked it. So for me, it made me feel lost.
Because when we sat on other Carnival cruise ships, we always used to grab our pizza, sit down, and watch and listen to the whale tail of the ocean.
Yeah.
And that was always the calming place to eat your pizza. But that's us.
Yeah. Again, I could see other people liking it because it did have more table area. You can go out onto the deck that had the wraparound walk around. But I don't know. Just the way they had it laid out, where you would come in from the infinity pool, walk through Guy's Pig and Anchor, walk through guest services, and then get to the pizza place, seemed off to me. But I get it. It was a different way to place it. For me, I didn't like it.
Now, the other thing that the dislike is the Carnival Deli. The Carnival Deli on one ship that I was on when I first went on Carnival, they used to use deli meats and slice it. This time, unfortunately, everything is now microwaved. Everything is now done differently. It's not done the way the Carnival Deli was supposed to be done on this particular ship. And
the Carnival Deli, was it not in the marketplace before?
It was next door to. It was in the marketplace.
Yeah, it was towards the back, was it not?
It was. Now it was next door to the pizza.
Yeah, which was on one of the main floors.
So that was the one thing that I really didn't like.
We're still talking about food.
We still, believe me, it all ends up into food. But now,
when you go on a cruise ship, it's all about the food, honestly. Like, the options of food is everywhere. So no matter where you went on the ship, you had something, whether it be a quick bite, whether it be a sit down. There was food and bars everywhere.
Yes.
So
now, there are other things that were on this ship. Okay? There was a place called Loft 19.
Yes.
Okay. Now, Loft 19 is where you could rent cabanas. Okay. Now, in the ship tour where we showed you,
We couldn't go in there.
We couldn't go in there though, but we went up to a certain degree, okay? For a sea day to rent a cabana was $590.
Yeah, and it sat 5 people.
And on a port day, it was $295.
Mm-hmm.
What we found out later on is that included your alcohol, your drinks, and your food for $590.
Yeah, you were able to order things off a menu. They would bring it to you.
The same thing on a port day, it included that also.
Yeah.
Okay. The Red Frog Tiki Bar was now 2 floors. They had it on top and right below it on the bottom.
Mm-hmm.
That was different because we're always used to the Red Frog Tiki Bar.
Mm-hmm.
And you had the other bar that was right across the way.
Mm-hmm.
So it was very, very different. Once again, we said, guys, burger joint. They expanded it and it was huge.
Mm-hmm. So to round this video up, the Mardi Gras, in my opinion, was a very large ship.
It was. It was the largest ship out there that we've been on.
Yeah, on Carnival, and it had something for everybody.
It really did.
So you're not going to go wrong booking the Carnival Mardi Gras. It was new. It was very clean.
Oh, yes.
The rooms were amazing. I love the updated outlets. They had the outlets by the bed. I love the outlets on the vanity. And you can check out our room tours. The links are in the cruise playlist. Again, or I'll link it up here somewhere. Yes.
The doors opened out, not in.
I did like that on the ship where the doors opened out into the hallway. The hallways were much nicer. They had much more lighting.
Mm-hmm.
I liked the classiness of the colors, the brown walls. It looked like wood almost, like going through the hallways. The lighting on the doors to know where your room was, that was nice. I did like the layout of the room. We had a balcony room, so it was nice. The majority of our group had balcony rooms.
Yes.
So it was, I did like those. I just like the balcony rooms having the door open outward as instead of opening inward. That was truly nice. But yeah, it was updated with the electrical outlets, the USB ports by the bed. So the TVs in front of the bed, that to me, instead of being on the side where you have to kind of tilt it and tilt your head to look at the bed, I like that the TV was in front.
And it's a bigger TV, so they went from that little 20-inch TV to now maybe a 50-inch TV on the wall.
Yeah. Was it a 50-inch?
Yeah, it was about a 50-inch.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. So Mardi Gras, definitely an option.
Definitely. Cat Mouse Adventures gives it a 2 thumbs up and would definitely cruise the Mardi Gras again.
I would cruise the Mardi Gras again. I would bite my tongue about the elevators, but definitely it is a like for us. So as we say,
keep calm and cruise on. All right, folks. If you're new to our channel, click like and subscribe, share our channel, and help us grow.
And don't forget, guys, if you have any comments, questions, just place them down at the bottom. We try our best to respond to them. And if you have any questions about the Mardi Gras that we did not get on here, definitely put them down. We'll try and answer them as best as we can. And just check out those playlists on other ships, and we'll be back for more.
Okay, it's always an adventure when it's with Cat Mouse Adventures. Stay tuned.
See you next time, guys.
Bye-bye.